Hello everybody, I'm right here in the basement. I'm actually in the basement because the dryer is not working. So anytime you come down and something is not working, you start freaking out like, oh, it's gonna cost me a fortune. So now I'm here in the basement, the dryer is not working. It's a Kenmore 100 series. A Kenmore 100 series. When you press the knob, nothing happens. And if you try to adjust it, nothing happens. So you look, it looks physically okay. I don't see any damage, but it's not working. I press it on, nothing happens. So there's definitely something wrong. So today, I'm gonna diagnose it. And if it's your first time here, welcome. Please subscribe and press the bell button to be notified anytime I upload a new video. I'll check exactly what's wrong. Yeah. So what I did was I started off by checking the electric panel to make sure everything is good. So I checked the panel here. The panel is good. Everything looks good. The breaker is fine. I also checked down, make sure the cable connection looks good. The cable is good. So pretty much what can be wrong with the dryer? After doing some diagnosis, there might be three possibilities. It's either the knob is bad or it's broken. But when I check the knob, they look physically okay. And the dryer is just over 2 years, which means it's pretty good condition. So what I have to check now is I have to check the thermostat or I have to check the thermal fuse. But what I will do, I will start first of all with the thermal fuse. Yeah, we all know how the fuse works. The fuse is just a self-operating device which allows electricity or energy to go through. If it reaches a particular level which is probably double the rated value, it might blow. So there will be no continuity. So I just turn the back of the dryer. As you can see, it has a metal panel. I have like a 1/4 of an inch nut, so I'm gonna take that off. Okay. One is out. I'll turn it off slowly. 1/4 of an inch. I could use the driver to take it out, but it's pretty small, so there's not much to really put too much torque on it. So it's good like that. So now the panel is almost out, but first of all, for security purpose, when you're dealing with any electrical power equipment, make sure you unplug it from the outlet. So I'm going to unplug it right now. Okay, so that's out. So I know for sure there is no electricity, no energy. I will now take off the panel to expose the back part of the dryer. So what I'm looking for right now, I'm looking for the thermal fuse. And you can see right here, here's the thermal fuse. It's also held by a 1/4 of an inch screw or a bolt. So I will take that out. So unscrew it. It's out, so I took it out, and then now I can easily loosen off. Okay, so now it's out. Took it out. Okay, so here you have the thermal fuse. I just took it out. I will have to go to any hardware store and get a replacement thermal fuse. But good enough, I went to Reliance part. I got the exact part. So you can see the serial number. I went to Reliance, got the exact same one. So yeah, so you can just scroll down and see how I took it out. That's how it looks like if there's nothing there. Yeah, so now I'll have to go and look for... Okay, so... Okay, so now I got a replacement. You can see here the serial number WP3392519. It's actually says Whirlpool Corporation. So which means most of the dryers, they're using the same part. It's a Kenmore. You can still use it for Whirlpool, probably for Maytag and GE or LG. Yeah, so all I'll do right now is to replace it. So if you can follow me down. So the same nut, I'll put it back in, put the pin in. Pin 1 is in. Pin 2 is in. Same way, I'll put it in. So now you can see I have to use the 1/4 of an inch to screw it back in to hold it firm. So I'll bring that here. Okay, so I'm screwing it right now. That's just to hold it to, you know, the back panel to make sure it's solid and firm so it doesn't fall off. Okay, I get the 1/4 of an inch driver and I'll tighten it up. Okay, so it looks good. Everything looks good, connected correctly. Just so you know, it's a dryers is a simple circuit. It's just in and out. You can see here it's grounded. It's grounded to the chassis. So there's not too much electrical complication when it comes to replacing parts in a dryer. So now that we've put back the thermal fuse, why don't I just go ahead and put back the back panel and then we'll try it out. Okay, as you can see, we still have the old, that's the old thermal fuse right there. Now I'm trying to add the electric. So I'm going to screw it back up. Same way I took it out. Oops. I'm gonna screw it here. Yep, I will screw it back here to hold it up. Okay, so that's a little bit tight. I'll use my driver. Tight it up. Just to hold it up a little bit because I will have to test it to make sure it's up and running before I finally tighten it up. Okay, so I'm driving it up. So I think that's okay for a test. I have the power cord at the back. And just to let you know, one of the reasons why the fuse might blow is simply because the flexible duct might be blocked with debris. If you can see, I have some debris coming out. So that's the reason. So once it's blocked, the air inside the dryer gets so hot that it's above the rated value. Then in that case, the fuse might blow. Okay, so now let's go back and plug it in. It's back on. So it went back to the plug-in receptacle. Everything looks good. I'm not going to connect the flexible duct for now. I have to test it to make sure everything is working well before I can plug it back. So come on, let's try it out. So now, let's try it out. Okay, so now everything is working. Okay, so the dryer is back on. It's now working fine. So the problem was definitely the thermal fuse. So again, if your appliance is not working, you might say, oh, you might be thinking it's a hell lot of something to do, but it might be just the fuse. And also, before even going to get the thermal fuse, I did a continuity test. I used my multimeter. I did a continuity test to check if the fuse is still functional. It wasn't, so that's when I knew 98% that it's actually the fuse itself. And with dryer, it has a very simple circuit. 75% of the time, if your dryer is not working, it's probably the thermostat or some broken knobs, or it might be the thermal fuse. And in this case, it's the thermal fuse. I will try it again. I can show you in front of the dryer. It's still connected. I'll put it on. Initially, it was not working, but now it's working fine. So let me close the door. And then I'll put it on. Then I can open. Okay, close. Push the knob. Yeah, so I just said let me show it. You know, some of the DIY, you can easily do it by just being a little bit technical if you have the right tools and the right mindset. But make sure anytime you work with power equipment, be careful. Make sure the line is completely de-energized. You have to turn off the breaker, unplug it completely before working on any electrical equipment. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe.